Good morning, Realty One Group Northwest.
Good morning.
Welcome to 2024. Did you take 23 out with a bang and bring 24 in with one?
Yeah.
Who all went out on New Year's?
I made it to New Year's.
The party?
Yeah, anybody go out? Nobody went out on New Year's? Wow. We went to the top of Circa, which was actually pretty cool, but it was an interesting place. But it was neat up there. It was really cool.
Interesting in what sense?
It was a lot of people, but you know, like 100 or so. They had a band up there. It was expensive to get up there, but it was still fun. And then I Ubered up. We had our agent Serge, who also does Uber. He picked us up, took us there, and took us back. So I didn't have to drive or none of that. And we could see from the top of it. You could see all the way up the strip. And what's really cool is the Union Plaza is right next door. And because we were on the 60th floor, they were lighting off their fireworks, but we were already at whatever that 1,000 feet, whatever the hell it was. So the fireworks were going off right there. So that was actually really cool. We could see the fireworks going right there. So that was a really cool spot. We certainly enjoyed that.
Well, you didn't post anything on social media. That means it didn't happen.
Right, exactly right. Yeah, so it was good. It was a nice place. So let's jump right into this. We are going to. So the numbers. There they are. You guys have them in your deal. The only thing you didn't get was the final numbers. And I looked just now, and I could be off maybe, but I don't think so. The way I see it, we ended last year. So what was it? It was in 2021. 2021, we sold over 50,000 homes. Come on in. We sold over 50,000 homes. Get any more papers over there? Okay, I'll have Katie. Ed, would you do me a favor? Go up and ask Katie if she could print a few more, please. Thank you. See what happened when you come in late? Do you get to do a job? Anyways, 2021 we sold about 50,000, a little over 50,000 homes. Last year we sold a little over 35,000 homes, and this year we sold 29,529. Of that, 3,518 were condos, 815 were manufactured homes, and 2,910 were townhomes. So we knew we were going to be off this year. We all knew that for sure. That's just the nature of the beast. So it's something to certainly look at. I was reading in the paper, which it's online paper. There was, and I was talking to another agent. They found the same thing. There was a Wall Street hedge fund bought 264 homes last year in Las Vegas, and they paid $98 million for them, and they were about $371,000 a home on average. So, what is your thoughts on a hedge fund buying homes? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
I'm kind of tired of it.
I think it needs to have a cap, because I think that I have no problem with people investing, but when you have big corporations doing it, I just think that it falsely inflates things. And now on the news this morning they're talking about affordable housing, and they're building these homes, and it's going to be around 274,000, but they don't own the land.
Right.
And I think it's great to an extent, but you pay taxes on what then?
Right. Yeah, the thing is, that for me, I think the problem that I have with it is when you have a hedge fund coming out and buying them, or whoever ultimately, that decreases home ownership, right?
Yes.
Because they're going to be rentals forever. Now, I'm sure at some point they're going to say, hey, the homes are 25 years old, we need to start selling them off, or whatever that, I'm sure they have an algorithm, whatever they do. So that's the thing that for me is it just stops home ownership, right? But I'm also of the same mindset myself personally, you guys, is not everybody should own a home, right? I mean, we got into mischief in 2008 because we thought everybody should own a home who couldn't afford a home. So we had state income loans and all that kind of nonsense. So that's the thing for me that I think, not everybody should own a home, but I think everybody should have the opportunity to own a home. And I've seen something the other day where the average, it said something like, and I don't remember, I should have copied it. It was, in order to buy a home in Las Vegas, you need to make $114,000 a year. Is what I heard. I don't know if that was true. Did anybody happen to read that article by chance? I should have saved it, but I didn't. But anyways, it just gives you an idea, you guys, where we are at. So right now, last 7 days, we've sold 311 homes, 313 total for the year. Not too bad. We got 5,100 homes on the market. That's a decrease of 33%. 100 homes from 100,000 to 400,000, there's 1,800. 400,000 to 800,000, there's 2,300, and over 800,000, there's 641. So I think the inventory. Well, there. I'll ask you guys. What do you guys think is going to happen this year? What's going to go on? We're January. Are we going to go the rest of this year in the same position we're doing right now?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay.
The last 2 years we've been talking about it's gonna, like the inventory is gonna jump, but it's keep on hanging around 3 months of inventory for the last 2-3 years. So it goes low, then it goes a little up, but it's hanging around 3.
So you think we're going to struggle this year? We're going to sell 29,000 homes this year as well?
Maybe more. Let's be
Maybe more?
positive.
So does anybody think the interest rates are going to go down?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Election year, absolutely. I personally, and I know that our Epic leadership, they believe that sometime in June or July, the interest rates are going to start coming down. They think before that, but they think June or July, that the market's going to explode. And not a bad explosion, a good explosion. That people are sitting on the sidelines right now are going to come back into the market, and buyers are going to be going crazy buying them to buy homes. So that brings to the question: are you guys prepared as a buyer's agents? Right? We know that lawsuit that happened is real, and it's coming every day now. Their lawyers are coming out of the woodwork, right? And so they're going to start suing more and more and more and more, right? You hear the Camp Lejeune deal all the time, right? So now you're going to start hearing, did you buy a house in 2017 to 2024? Well, let's see if we can get you your money back, right? It's going to happen, guys. That's what's going to happen. So we need to make sure we're getting our skills up there. So anyways, I think it's vitally important. By the way, how many people coming in, John? Right over here. We don't buy it hard. I think, when we look at these numbers here, I think that how many people are really paying attention to numbers in this? Do you guys really watch the numbers? I think it's an important thing. So if I seen this right here, and I'll give him, if you guys want a copy of it, it is a spreadsheet done of the whole year in our real estate market, of the whole year. And it starts here from January 8th, single family totals, condos, active listings, new in 7 days, under contract, all the way across, all the way to the end of the year. And I think it's kind of cool. Come on, Jeff. I think it's kind of cool because it goes all the way to the end of this, the beginning of this, the 8th, yesterday, of wherever they ended at in our year. So if you guys want to copy this, I don't know, who would you give this to? If I gave you a copy of it, who are you going to send it to? Yourself? Seller, you can send it to your clients so they know what's going on in the market. I mean, I think the thing that we don't do enough, you guys, is send out enough material to the people so they know that we are the market experts. When people start seeing that you are the market expert, that you know what's going on in the business, that's what's going to change, right? We know right now in the market that we have 16,000 so odd agents, but how many agents didn't do a deal in 2023, right? About 45% didn't do a transaction. So that's something to really got to keep your mind on, you guys, is you can succeed in this business because you can pretty much step over the competition, right? We know still today, 10% of the agents are doing 90% of the business. So anyways, just some cool numbers here. I think the numbers are vitally important. Look at the vacancy rate, 51%. Highest I've seen in years, at 51%. New to the market, 703 homes came back on the market, which is a good thing. Back on the market in the last 7 days, 152. Withdrawn, 186. Why does the home come off the market? Overpriced. 99.9% of the time. And what does the seller do when they list with a new agent? Always lower the price. So that's just a fancier one if you want to use that, something to send your clients. Me, Jeff, personally, I would take Clay's name off of this and I would go door knocking with that right there. If I'm at an open house, I'd hand that out with my card attached to it or my information on the bottom of it. Stay shy. Come on up, girl. Give her a big hand. By the way, she brought these amazing chicken biscuit things. They're awesome. Thank you so much.
So Nora pointed out that she brought a bowl of fruit, and I'm the vegan one.
Right.
But so happy New Year. I like to say that hopefully we have more in 2024, and by that I mean kindness and business and just good things happening for all of us. So just to play off of what Jeff was saying, connect with your clients, talk to them. You have a fiduciary responsibility and a liability to them, and in order to keep yourself out of those litigation things and have all those attorneys that are coming out of the woodwork, it's a due diligence. They will find your value when you spend time with them. They are not just a person that's calling a number off of a sign. And so to bring into myself, if you aren't utilizing marketing tools, please remember that you can create an ORHP toolbox at orhp.com. It's a big red sign that says for agents, and we have marketing tools on there. So once there's a tab to get a quote or an application, and there's a tab for marketing tools. And once you upload your photo and information, never forget your license number so you're in compliance. It feeds into all of our marketing tools. We have almost 20 years of newsletters in English and in Spanish, color and black and white. So you don't have to create your content. They're not dated, they're just seasonal. So if you don't like something from 2023, you could use something from 2013 if you like the content. There are open house registries. There are moving and buying guides in English and in Spanish. Wonderful things to print up because it's tailored to you. It has your information and set out at an open house. Because a business card goes in the back pocket, it goes into the washing machine, it goes into the dryer, and it goes into the trash. Not because people don't value you, but they forget. I forget sometimes. And so if they have a stapled presentation that looks like it's brought to you by you, and it might go in a drawer. But in April, when we know that rates are hopefully going to come down in May-ish, if you've taken that registry and they have that and it has a reason for you to contact them so that they can beat the rush. Hey, rates will be coming down, but do you really want to compete again with 18 people that are putting an offer in on a home? And then my only other thing that I hope is that, I know a lot of you have pre-filled in areas in your residential purchase agreement. So please consider writing in Old Republic Home Protection. I will speak to your clients. I will help reduce that responsibility that you have by explaining to them maybe what coverage it would be best for them, explaining to them that we don't necessarily cover everything, but help them understand so when something does fail, they aren't calling you unhappy. They already know what that expectation is and they know how to proceed with filing a claim. But we get into a path of just doing the same thing over and over. So if that didn't work for you last year and you want to do more business, maybe try something a little different. And I'd love it if I had the opportunity to earn your business. So thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. One thing I did forget to mention, so I think it was January 2nd when we all went back to work. Is that right? Was that the Tuesday, January 2nd? As soon as I walk in the office, you've been served. We're going to our first lawsuit of the year on the 2nd. The home closed in 2021. They're suing the agent, the listing agent, the listing company, not the agent, our buyer's agent, for $45,000. They went to remodel the house, took down a wall, and said they found mold behind it, and that everybody knew. So we'll battle that one out. Which I think we got a clear-cut case we can win now.
Did the home have an inspection?
Had several inspections. But you guys remember what I always talk about. They're your best friends in the middle of a deal. When it goes sideways, you are the worst piece of human garbage that ever existed, and why they chose you, they had no idea. Right? I mean, guys, believe me, I've seen it a million times. And so thank God that we have our own corporate attorney, that we have our own attorneys here in Las Vegas. So we sent the lawsuit to them. They sent it to our attorneys here in town, and they're going to deal with it. Right? Now, it doesn't mean, like I said, remember what I've always said, too. You can be sued for anything at any time, no, right or wrong. Still has to be defended. I had a guy call me that's working with one of our agents, as a seller, his agent, and he's like, my home hasn't been advertised correctly, they put it in the wrong spot, da, 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 what are you guys gonna do for me? What do you mean? What do you mean what are you gonna do? Well, how are you guys gonna take care of me? Take care of you for what? I said, listen, cut to the chase, what do you want? Well, I think that you guys owe me some money for doing this. Well, we're not paying you anything, so what's your next question? Well, I don't really want to go down a lawsuit, is what he said. And I said, listen, do whatever you feel you got to do. If you want to sue us, go ahead. Have your attorney send it to my attorney, I'll send it to their attorney, and we'll move on from there. And then when you say that, they go, well, listen, all I need to do is get the home sold, right? The guy says, well, I've had people tell me, hand to God, he said this, I've had people tell me that it was on the wrong spot in the MLS, and that's why we didn't get any offers. I think the home was worth 1.2 million. I said, well, you got an offer accepted at 800,000. It appraised for 800,000. Well, yeah, but a year ago it was worth 1.2. And these people told me this. I said, you know the funny thing is, I've had people tell me that it was in the right spot and it was perfect. And then I said, I don't care what other people said. I don't give a shit what somebody else said. Because I got somebody who'll say the exact opposite. Right? So these are the stuff we're dealing with today, you guys. People are insane. I loved your lead kinder in 2024. Have you said it?
Yes.
Let's hope for that.
Yes.
Okay?
And I just want to say that 10 years ago, I was so much more full of life and probably 20 pounds lighter. So, you know, I mean, I'm just saying that you can think that a year ago a house was worth something, but, you know.
Well, that's what I said to the guy. Just because, listen, I've got an F-350 99 that is worth 800,000. It doesn't mean that somebody's going to pay me for it, right? And like you said, then he said, well, I've had people tell me that, you know, they couldn't find it. It was advertised in the wrong spot. I go, what's funny? I've had people that say it's in the right spot and they seen it. Now what? I said, we're not doing anything for you. We're not giving you any money. We're not doing nothing. What do you want to do? I said, why don't you just close the house and move on with your life and go somewhere you want to go? All right? Well, I'm thinking about canceling. Do whatever you feel you got to do. I don't care. All right. Nora, give her a big hand. Come on, girl.
Happy New Year, everybody. So you guys, you know what?
And you brought us fruit for the
I
new year.
know.
Ah.
I know, boring. I was like trying to start off the year.
Yes,
all
I appreciate that.
So your guys' job is really just managing perception constantly, right?
Yes.
Constantly managing perception. But so I want to tell you, this is a scenario that's happened this week. So here it is. Think of this. You are the buyer's agent, okay? And you wrote in the contract $1,000 for a home warranty. And the seller accepted, everything went great, you closed, and a few weeks in, maybe like 2 weeks in, the new homeowner cancels the home warranty and the check gets sent back to title. And the buyer thinks that that money is his, and title says that money belongs to the seller. What do you do? Have you ever had this happen? I have. What happens? What do you do?
Yeah, Jeff.
What is the right thing? What is,
I don't know, man.
what is the right thing?
Should be released to the buyer.
It should go to the seller.
The seller's money.
It's the seller's money. The RPA is like a legal contract. That money was specifically titled to a home warranty. So no matter what you write in your purchase contract, if it goes to closing costs, repairs, a home warranty, that's where that money has to go. So that happened this week. It was $1,000. The buyer said, I can fix everything myself. I want that money, it's my money. And had they waited probably, I think 45 days, they would have been able to get some of that money back. They wouldn't have gotten it all because there would have been like some cancellation fees in there. But just, I mean, things happen, right? I mean, there's a story every day of something that happens in this business. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Think about that. Make sure your buyers know what they're getting. Yes.
So the contract says that the seller will provide $1,000 for the buyer's home warranty and seller cancels it? It's
No,
like-
the buyer canceled it.
Oh, the buyer.
After the transaction closed, the buyer canceled it, and so we sent the money back to title, cause it was within a short
I see.
window. And title was like, okay, well, call the buyer's agent, this has been canceled, we're sending it back to the seller. And buyers are thinking that's their money, but not for the contract. You have anything to say, Mr. Broker?
No, you're 100% right, it's the seller's money. The
Yeah.
buyers just think that they're gonna get it even though they cancel it. Why would you cancel it instead of just keeping it going?
So, who here either bought an electronic for someone or received an electronic as a holiday gift? Yeah, what'd you get?
I bought my son new Beats earbuds.
Okay. So, I don't know if you guys know, but we have an electronics plan. It's $200.
Wow.
Do you want me to sign it?
I love it.
It's
Always be selling.
That's right. Always looking for opportunities. So it's $216 for the year, and it covers all of the electronics in the home except for your cell phone. Xbox, PlayStation, PC, laptop, iPad, doorbells, electronic doorbells, thermostats, all of the electronics in the house are covered. We go through Allstate. It's a $5,000 aggregated limit for the year, and we will pay or replace up to $2,000 per item. Yes?
Do they gotta scan all their products?
No? We do not require a receipt.
Can you
So-
just get the electronic warranty?
Yeah, it's an electronics
Can
warranty.
you just get that?
No, it's an add-on.
Oh,
So do you guys know how long after a transaction closes you can add on a home warranty with us?
30 days.
How much?
90.
90. 90, technically on paper it's 90, but we can, it is. And, okay, how many days after a transaction closes with a home warranty with American Home Shield can you upgrade and say, let's say, add on an electronics package?
The next day.
60 days. You have 60 days to upgrade. So a lot of times, if the seller only concessioned so much and they got one of our lower packages, we do a phenomenal job of calling them to try to upgrade them, but it's a great call out for you. Like, hey, just wanted to let you know, you still have some time if you want to upgrade your package. So,
That's nice.
any questions? I'll leave this electronic information. If you have anything else, let me know.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. All right, Sharon, right here. So we got a couple of new forms that we just want to share, and I want to bring your attention. Come on up. So these are there's only a couple of things, it's nothing major. Please, Sharon, take the floor.
So we have the marketing and we have the affiliated. Can anybody tell me what the changes are on these forms that we're upgrading to?
Anybody?
The top part is missing the buyer's information, the date, the address. So you can eliminate all that and just have them sign it, which is gonna be a lot easier for all of you.
We're trying to make it a little bit simpler, you guys.
Everything else is the same, nothing has changed. It's just the top part. So these are in effect right now. So going forward on all your new transactions, you should be using these forms, which is in SkySlope Working Docs and in Transaction Desk. So anybody on a team, make sure you tell all your teams on that to be using these forms.
And also, you guys, just make sure, the thing on transaction desk, which we don't control transaction desk. There are forms on there from 5-8 years ago.
Yeah.
They gotta take them off. So just make sure you always look at the bottom for the newest date, when it's been revised. Because we keep getting old forms, and so just
Yeah.
always look sure at the bottom where it'll say, when it was last updated and stuff. Please, Bruce.
Yeah, how do we get them to be held accountable to keep the forms current if we request it? It's just-
I call them up and scream at them, I don't know.
We need to do
Yeah,
that?
we tried, they don't listen to us. Yeah, I don't get it either, you guys.
There's a form on there that has somebody's personal brokerage logo on there that I've used like 3 or 4 times and haven't replaced.
So basically what you need to do is just go into residential,
What's that?
residential documents,
Uh-huh.
go in,
You sit
or
up front.
they're all in alphabetical order. So make sure you're just looking for the ones that we require on your checklist, okay? Everything else that's not on your checklist, we don't require.
But we go to transaction desk and we've got two of the same form.
With a different year on them, yep.
Right.
Yep.
Make sure you're looking at the year. The last.
I mean, the best one is to look for the year, and when it's been revised, but I get it.
We're shuffling shells to make up for somebody's shortfall. How do
Yes,
we
sir.
hold them
These are,
accountable?
you don't.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, yeah, guys.
Fix, new year, new.
Well, like I said, I mean, listen, let's reach out to LVR and go, how do we hold accountable? How come we're not getting rid of some of these old forms? I get it, you guys, I think it's silly, but I got enough battles to fight. So, I can only die on so many hills. So, I got enough, but honestly, I wish we could, because we have said, guys, it takes us almost 10 months to get a form added. When we change one of our forms, it takes us almost 10 months, and we have to pay them to put it on there.
It's all unacceptable.
I agree 100%, because it's confusing, like you said, when you get on there, all these crazy forms, there's 6 of them, right? I get it.
Maybe we should email Mary Perry.
I like your thinking. Yeah, I'm serious.
There you go.
Email Mary Perry.
She actually sent out an email with a video saying that there's like a forum now where you can actually, like a certain time, 8 o'clock in the morning, where you can ask questions and things like that.
Okay. I'm sure if I've seen it or not, but yeah, I mean, guys, I think it's us getting involved with it, please.
Sorry, one other really quick thing, because I've used your Remind Docs forever, and I've heard that's going away, which bugs me out. But if you do Remind Docs, if you just, at the beginning of a transaction, go to your package and say, update all forms, you get the most updated form on every single one.
But that's usually Remind, right?
These are not in Remind.
Yeah,
We
I
are
have
not-
heard,
We are not uploading new documents to Remind. We're just
I
using-
heard Remind is going away, by the way. Yeah, yeah. That was a $400,000 or $500,000 boondoggle on that one, that they did without anybody voting on it or nothing. But that's, I digress on that one. So anyways, the whole idea, you guys, is to really watch the forms that we require. Another thing that I have found, and I got a call, same thing, agent sent me a packet of forms and said sign them. And he goes, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Can you explain it to me? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I got nothing going on anyways. I'll sit there and explain to you what the agent should have done. Here, let me go through them each, right? So my question always begs back to what you guys are doing. If somebody handed you a packet of documents and said, hey, by the way, start signing them and good luck, what would you do? What the hell is this, right? So sit down and explain them real quick, guys. It don't take long. I'm gonna explain them to the guy and he's like, oh, yeah, I get it now, right? So I'm like, and I've had probably 15 or 20 calls on that same thing. The agent just sent me a stack of documents and says start signing them. So please make sure you're letting them know what's going on.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Okay, so another thing I wanted to bring up to your attention is the rental referral agreement. Actually, it's the rental agreement. So normally you have your agent sign, the broker sign, and then the agent and the broker on the other side sign, the landlord. That's not required anymore. So as long as we have you and the broker sign, you can still upload the documents instead of sending an email or requesting 2 emails. If they don't sign, the landlord or the landlord broker or the agent sign, it's okay, okay? So it's not required anymore, okay? Make sure you're using the rental agreement, not the referral agreement. There's 2 different ones. So if you have a referral, use the referral agreement, and the rental is just for the rental. All rentals are in MLS under lease status. Make sure you, yes.
So quick question, I mean, I didn't see the this form recently, so the one you're saying where the landlord and the other broker doesn't
Yes.
need to sign, so I would assume there's no place for that anymore, I believe, or
Yes,
it's still?
there still is, so it still looks the same.
Oh, okay. But
Because
it's
a lot
not-
of times we get this back and they say, well, we can't get them to sign it. So we
Yeah.
say, request 2 emails, upload those and we'll accept it. So this time you don't need that. All we need is your signature and Jeff's signature, okay? That's it.
And
mean-
this and the check.
And he's gonna
And they
check,
send the
yes.
checks. And make sure you send our W-9 with that rental referral
Right.
agreement, just to ask for it.
Because it's attached to the form, right?
It
If
is.
I remember, it's
Yes.
attached right to the
Yes,
form.
yes.
Okay.
Our new updated W-9 is in Skyslope Working Docs, so for 2024.
Yeah.
And
So you go to Working Docs, then you go to Northwest, and then they open it up to that, is that
Uh-huh.
correct? That's where a lot of the documents are at as well.
these are always in there too, as well as our documents too. So
Duties owed.
Another thing, please, when you're accepting an offer or a listing agreement, duties owed has to be signed on the same day and uploaded, and a SkySlope file has to be created, okay, on the same day.
Hold that thought.
Okay?
The duties owed can be
24
signed
hours.
a week or 2 or 3 ahead of time.
Right.
Try not to have it signed on the same day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because they want to make sure you've explained to them what your duties are. Okay, so don't fall into that trap, because if they audit your file, they'll certainly get you on that one.
Or Jeff, if it's on the same day, as long as it has to be at least an hour before.
Right, they want to know that you've explained it to them ahead of time. I always try to give it to them as soon as I start talking to them, right? Start getting the duties owed signed right there. Hey, by the way, here's the duties, sign it right now. So just, just try to do it that way,
I
but,
think what I was trying to say is that when you open a file in SkySlope, I noticed that you'll upload the RPA but no duties owed for like a week later. No, both of those have to be uploaded at the exact same time, okay?
we want them.
Yes, has to be in your file.
Those are required documents.
What else? New construction, please make sure you have the full agreement in the purchase agreement spot. Could be 100 pages, could be 88 pages. I know it's 80 plus pages, it's not 22 pages. It needs to have the purchase agreement price on there too as well. I'll reject it, okay? So make sure you upload the whole thing.
And sometimes we can't get the forms. Sometimes
Yeah.
the new builder will not give us the forms.
But the new build construction on all the agreements that I've been noticing is that you will have your all the documents that in there. You'll have
Right.
your zoning, you'll have your gaming, and everything. You just have to separate them and put them in the right
Yeah,
spot. As guys
perfect.
said.
Good.
That's
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And what we'll do is we'll put this on Facebook, the stuff that we
Any
announced today.
questions?
Any questions about anything, you guys?
Any forms,
Okay.
documents, or anything?
Very good.
Please, I encourage all of the new agents and the mentees to please spend about 30 minutes with me, just so you get an idea on how to create a new file, even on leases, because we're doing a lot of those lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I encourage you just to spend 30 minutes with me so you know exactly how to do everything.
What's the most rentals done in 1 year in this office? Does anybody know?
Where's Julius? He knows.
Anybody know?
Yeah.
I think it's 112 right now in
Yeah,
1 year.
It's a lot. It's a lot right now.
Yes, 112 I think is what he did. Might even be a little bit more now. 112 rentals. So how do you do 112 rentals? Patience, but here's how you do 112 rentals. I'm going to show you 3 properties, pick the one you want to rent. Well, no, I want to see 77 of them. Go to somebody else. Next. Right? Treat it like a business. That's how you do them. And, by the way, not only did he do 112 rentals, he also closed, I think, 16 properties?
Yeah.
16 properties on his own as well.
Yeah.
And the guy, I've never seen him not happy or smiling. I don't, 112 rent, I'd be killing somebody. All right, LVR dues are due. How many people have paid their dues here? Good. We have a list. I just got this from LVR this morning. We have 7 pages, 7 on each one. 49 people have not paid their dues yet. We have to send our license back, I think it's the 9th of February. But they're gonna cut them off of LVR, so you can't get on transaction desk or any of the stuff. So that's something to certainly think about. Let's see what we got. How many people have attended the commission hearings and got seed credits? Well, you guys, it's really a cool thing. We might even do it this year. Been probably 5 years now. We did a business meeting at the commission. And it was the coolest thing. They had to bring new chairs, they had to bring more chairs in. We stormed the place with about 20 agents.
These are the second room.
That's right. You get 3 hours of seed credits, and you really get to see what goes. You get to see behind the curtains of the stuff that agents get themselves into. And you guys, I truly believe that a vast majority of agents get themselves into mischief, not trying to get into mischief. They're trying to help somebody, and they go above and beyond, and it catches them. And so it's something to really think about. So we just included it. I think it's really cool. I've probably done 15 of these, and it's really cool because you really get to see what goes on behind the scenes. Rev up classes, we got a rev up tomorrow, modular 1, GPS, goals, planning your systems. It's gonna be at Summerlin office. And then on Friday, 12th, 9 to 11, it's gonna be database is your business. Make sure you're getting involved with these classes, guys. They're great, great, great classes. All right, everybody has this paper in front of them? All right, let's review it real quick while we're standing right here. So it was funny, we did a staff meeting last week, and my girls brought us this. We all sat down and kind of filled this out, so I thought, what do we need to do? Let's fill this out right now. So everybody take a couple of minutes, fill it out. What are the top 5 accomplishments you did? What did I do well? What's one of my big lessons? And here's what I think, and we have a couple of our agents that do this every day, and I am terrible at it, and I wish I would get better. What am I grateful for? Right? And there's agents I know because I've talked to them. Every morning they wake up and they say, I'm grateful that I live in a house. I'm grateful that whatever it is. Right? And I don't think we're always too busy waking up going, this sucks, I don't want to be here. Right? So I think that's a good one. I'm terrible at that. And honestly, we all have a blessed life. And I don't think we do enough of it. What's the hardest thing about this year was? What was the hardest thing this year? Right? And then what I need to improve. So top 5 accomplishments. Well, I mean, guys, accomplishment can be anything to anybody. I woke up at 6 o'clock every day and went to the gym. I got up and read the newspaper every morning instead. I studied my craft. I got on the MLS and looked up homes every day. I checked out I went to all the new homes in my area, so when my clients are ready for new homes. Jenny, you want to come in and sit down? There's a spot right here. Okay. What could be another accomplishment? I closed 16 houses and 112 rentals. I mean, guys, that blows my mind, 112. And then, by the way, he's done this every year for probably 3 years. I want to say last year was 120. So he's slipping a little bit. We'll have to talk to him about that. I couldn't imagine. I never, by the way, I have never done one rental. Never done one rental. What is the biggest lesson? What is the biggest lesson I learned? Biggest lesson I've learned is that your rotator cuff shoulders can't be tore up. It's not fun. Don't buy a dirt bike when you're 60 years old. That might be a good one. But it is a cool bike, I will say that. I'd like to just keep it just to display it because I think it's cool looking. But probably not. What's the hardest thing about this year was? What was the hardest thing this year?
Everything.
Dealing with crazy people, right?
No, the interest rate.
Interest rate, there you go.
8%.
Yep. Right? And what do I need to improve? Ding, 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 right? KJ's like, nothing, man, I'm rocking it. All right, let's start sharing. What are the top 5 accomplishments? Start naming them out. Somebody.
Sold my first home last year.
Beautiful. There's a good one. That's fantastic. Somebody else.
Maintain a positive attitude.
Through all of it. Guys, positive attitude is important, right? Stinking thinking leads to hardening of the attitudes. Zig Ziglar.
Join really won.
There you go. I love that one too.
Ditto.
Ditto. I like that. Ditto. Cool. What else? Please.
My database is up to date.
That's a great one right there. My database is up to date. I used to have it on napkins and I had it on papers and what are the little things you tear off? What are the yellow things? Post-it notes. Mine are all on Post-it notes. Guys, one thing I need to do, I got passwords. All of my passwords, I've got about 400 sticky notes. And the date's crossed out, and the new password, and another one's crossed out. And I'm like, how do I keep track of this shit? Oh, I know my thing changed. So I'm going through all of them trying to find one. It sucks. KJ.
Being patient, I didn't crack a skull after the client, he looked for properties for 2 months and they say they want to do a rental. So I was patient enough not to crack a skull. So,
Not to crack a skull. I like it. That's a good one. Stay out of jail. I like that one. That's a good one. Another hard thing. I think today maintaining a positive attitude, I think is a really challenging one today, you guys. And honestly, I think that's why I do look at YouTube, and I listen to motivational stuff. Even when I'm in my office, I'll just put it on the background while I'm doing my work, just to hear some positive stuff, because I'm telling you, this stuff can get you down. I watch the news every morning and generally every night, but I don't get depressed by it. I like to just kind of know what's going on with it. So, but I know there are people who watch the news and get depressed and can never watch it. It drives me crazy not to really know what's going on. So I do, but it doesn't depress me. How can 2024 be better? Interest rates lower, Jeannie, right? Interest rates can be better. I can work, be consistent, maybe do more open houses, right? Maybe do door knocking. How can it be better? A guy's attitude, I think, in our business is almost everything. Anything you do in life you do, you gotta have the right attitude. I mean, you go into something saying it sucks, guess what it does? It sucks. Right? Mindset's powerful. Biggest lessons. What are some of the lessons? Somebody shout it out. Be patient again. Okay, I think a lot of people have that. Right? I will say the link for me, a lot of times, you guys, with me is how do I want to say this right? I want to give up on buyers and sellers really quick. And I think sometimes that, and I know a lot of the agents have shown me, because they said, Jeff, what would you do to this person? I go, F you is what I would do. Yes, this one right there. And so I'm like, I'd tell that lady, she'll cry, right? And they stuck to it and got the deal done and made money. So, I mean, that's probably me, is I'm really quick to give up and go, I've had enough of your bullshit, I'm out. And maybe that's a bad thing for me. Maybe I should have a little more patience with that. But it just, when people do shit, it drives me crazy. Okay, here's a great one, and everybody should start having stuff. Chris, what are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for?
Yeah.
Family.
Right?
Being a part of this brokerage.
Okay.
Trying to contribute to something, I guess, bigger.
Right? Best year you've ever had.
For real estate.
Yeah, that best year you've ever had. Yeah, that guy right there is amazing, you guys. 3rd year in business, and he's unbelievable. I'm not going to say his numbers, but he's crushing it. It's amazing. What else? Suzanne, what are you grateful for?
I'm so grateful for my team. I've got 40 agents, and they're all amazing. They're my friends, and they've done great business last year. And
Beautiful.
A lot for them this year.
I think they're grateful for you. I talked to one of the agents the other day, and he said they absolutely loves you and loves being on your team. So that's good. That's a good thing. Hardest thing about this year, and then what do I need to improve on? What do I need to improve on? Please.
My business plan.
Your what?
My business plan.
Your business plan. I love it. We got the business plan right here. Somebody else. What do I need to improve on? Rachel?
Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone. Make calls. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Good. If you don't like calling people, don't call people. Find something else to do, right? Get out to your folks. Get out and talk to people. Know what to say. Have the numbers in front of you. I think that's one of the most important things, is knowing. And guys, that's why I always tell you, you don't have to say 5,153. You can say 5,000. You can say 5,100 homes are on the market, right? But know what the numbers are whenever you're at someplace. Anywhere I go and somebody says to me, they know I'm a real estate agent, or some other comes, I know what's going on in the business. That's one thing that sets me, I know that sets me apart, because I do know what's going on in it. What else you need to prove besides the Cowboys? Win the Super Bowl. That's going to be a challenge this year for them. Yeah. By the way, did anybody watch the game last night, Michigan? Yeah? Great game.
Yeah. The West Coast can never win.
Yeah.
The Midwest and the South.
Yeah, they don't give us a.
Yeah.
But they're shifting around. Okay, what else? Anybody have anything else they want to add? Nothing? Please.
We'll talk to more people.
Well, we've done a great job, on leads, answering them right away, but I think the follow-up is what we're gonna work on this year. Not letting the leads get away.
Follow-up is the most important. And I say this all the time. If you're not going to lead follow-up, then don't bother doing any leads. There's no sense in it. Follow-up is the most important thing, because if you don't follow up, I don't remember the exact number. We have a deal. I think it's like It's the 5th to the 8th calls when you get the deal. And we quit at about 1 or 2. And that's the biggest thing I see a lot of. Everybody has a business plan in front of them. Let's just kind of go through it real quick. By the way, you guys, and I think some of you guys know this because I've done this in the past, I don't need a 14-page business plan. I need to know what I did well this year. I need to know where I got my business, and I need to know where I need to go next year to get it. So let's start on the first page. There's some right there in the back. Establish best practices to build a predictable, sustainable, and profitable real estate business. I think that the association anticipates, what did they say the number was? I think they said they think 38,000 real estate agents are gonna get out of the business in 2024. It was a very small percentage at the end of the day, but that was weird. I wanna say they said like 38,000. I think it's gonna be more than that. I think there's gonna be a lot of agents that are gonna retire and just get out of the business altogether for various reasons. So, let's flip over to the first page. Business plan as we look into the new year. Make your vision so clear your fears become irrelevant. And I know you guys, a lot of this stuff is cliche because we see it all the time. We've been doing business plans forever. I'm sure a lot of you have. That's why, for me, I always want to try to make it as simple as possible. The thing about a business plan, it's a living, live document. It's something that you need to look at every other day, once a week. You need to have some idea of what you're getting into so you know you can move forward. The problem that most people do is they do a business plan, they put it in their drawer, and they never touch it again. And 5 years later down the road, they're cleaning out the drawer and they start throwing stuff away. I mean, that's really what happens. So as you look into the new year, we know that we have survived one of the most challenging times in history. Amen, 100%. Never seen it like this. Our industry has been ever-changing and evolving, yet 2023 has provided a plethora of opportunities to look at our business through different lenses. Do businesses differently, better, and more effectively and professionally than ever before. There has never been a time in history, of time in the industry, more critical to have a clear vision of what you must do to experience the success you deserve as an agent. You are a business owner who's responsible for building a sustainable and profitable business. The first step in preparing for amazing results in 24 is creating a plan of action. You guys, I think if all of us, if there's one thing that we could do better than, and probably preaching to the choir and here with you guys, I think the number one thing that we need to all do better is answer our phones. Guys, it is unbelievable. Nobody in real estate answers their phones. It is crazy. I call agents all the time, and you would be amazed at how many times I call, they don't answer, and then it doesn't say, this is John with Realty One, welcome, anything I do, blah, blah, blah. It says, the person at this number, the voicemail is full. You'd be amazed how many times I see that or hear it. I'm like, how in the freaking hell are you doing business when your voicemail is full? If you call somebody, if you called your doctor and your doctor said, my voicemail is full, I don't give a shit, what would you do? You'd never call them again, right? And what do? We don't do the exact same thing. Guys, I tell you, I spent more time this year with doctors and tests and shit. It blows my mind. I was trying to get a referral from a thyroid doctor. I was trying to get a referral from this doctor to that doctor, and I said to the girl, I don't want to tell you how to do your business, but wouldn't this whole thing be easier if you called the doctor and got the referral? Oh, no, we don't do that. Okay, all right, I'll keep doing it. I got nothing going on anyways. I'll do it for a couple of months. Literally 3 weeks, and I said to the girl, well, at least when you get the referral, you guys will call me. No, we don't do that either. Just check in with us every week or so, and we'll let you know if we got it. I'm seriously, guys, I was absolutely blown away. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just keep calling you. Goals versus objectives on the page here. It's page 2. I like to get that. They got a dictionary.com. The results of achievement towards which effort is directed. That's your goal. These two terms are often used interchangeably, so it can be a challenge to understand the difference. Both goals and objectives are a way of moving forward, yet they accomplish things in different ways. Goals are broad, long-range ideas owner wants to achieve. They're not intended to be specific enough to act on, but rather a usual statement of an overall ambition and where we hope our efforts will ultimately be. At the end of 2024, I want to sell 50 homes. That's a goal. The objective is how you're going to get it. Define the destination, i.e. all about the big picture. Identify the direction you take to move forward to that destination. Change the mindset to adjust to and support the new direction. The thing that I see a lot, and when I've talked about this in the past, is I see this with real estate agents. When we're at work doing real estate, we're thinking that we should be on vacation. And so we're halfway in and halfway out. And then what do? We go on vacation, and we're thinking while we're on vacation, why the hell am I on vacation? I should be working. Right? Guys, you see it all the time. Listen, we do the exact same thing. That's why I always like being a listing agent, because I could be sitting on the beach doing business while a buyer's agent was running around showing my properties. And that was my biggest thing. I like that. But the thing that we are not doing, you guys, is when you're at work, work. When you take a vacation, right? How many people have heard of Zig Ziglar? Zig Ziglar was amazing. And he had some of the most profound statements that he made that I absolutely loved. Changing your mindset to adjust to and support the new direction. 3, objective, a specific result that a person or system aims to achieve within a time frame and with available resources. They give you a link to it, guys. Business Dictionary. The site elaborates further, stating that in general, objectives are more specific and easier to measure than goals. I'm going to do 2 open houses a week. I'm going to knock on 200 doors a month. Whatever that is. You got to be specific, right? And the thing too I find a lot is, you guys, we got to plan ahead of time and make sure. If we're going to do an open house once a week, on a Thursday, we need to plan on a Monday that we're going to do this open house. We need to print our flyers. We need to door knock the neighborhood. We need to let people know, right? We need to be prepared for them. 51% of the properties are vacant right now. That's awesome. I mean, guys, that's an opportunity. And here's the thing for me, guys, if there's not if you don't have an opportunity to do an open house here with one of our agents, call a different company and see if they have any old houses that need to be opened up. I mean, guys, that's the way you start doing it. I mean, I was running Jack Woodcock's office. I could get my agents to do an open house. And I'd have agents call me from another company. Hey, I want to do an open house. Absolutely. Please do one. Right? But think outside the box like that, guys. Don't sit and wait for it to come to you. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, well, I have a client that's looking for a property just like this, and that, but there's none on the market. And she said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my title company. I'm going to find the exact home. I'm going to go door knock on their door and say, I've got a buyer that wants to buy your house. You've thought about selling. And they'll pay top dollar in today's market. By the way, what is top dollar in today's market? Whatever it is, right? I mean, we think the top dollar is $50,000 more than it's worth. No, top dollar is what top dollar is today. So think about that. The tools for your business plan allow you to determine the direction to which you can move your career, and objective and activities need to be executed in your plan. Number 4, why set goals? Setting goals for yourself is a way to fuel your ambition. Dream boards. How many people have a dream board? I love it. I love it. We need to do a dream board again. We did it here. It's been 2 years or longer now. We need to do a dream board class. Matter of fact, I've been saving magazines. My wife keeps saying, are you going to get rid of these freaking magazines? I got a stack like that. Right? She says, you going to get rid of them? Yeah, we're going to do a class. We're going to do one. So we need to set that. Let's do a dream building class. They're amazing. I think you need to make sure you're doing that. Giving you a long-term vision while holding yourself accountable. That's one thing we do not do, guys, is hold ourselves accountable to anything. Business, career, family, spiritual, personal development, health. You hear it from most people, guys, when you don't have your health, and no matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter. Why do most not set goals? Fear of failure? Yeah, I don't know if that's really. I don't think that's one of them. Honestly, you guys, unsure of what you want. I think so. And I think the biggest one you got, I think it's lack of motivation to do something. I have had agents sit in front of me and say I am dead freaking broke, and I'm willing to do anything to make it work. Great, let's get you set up an open house. Well, I can't work on a Tuesday, and Saturdays are off. I can do a Thursday at 1 to 4, but I can't do it. It's like, wait a minute, you said you'd do anything, and now we get you set. I can't do it that day. What are you doing? Well, I got a pool championship we're going to. Okay. So, I mean, that's, I think, the biggest thing, you guys, is we got to find a lack of our own motivation. I see that a lot. Number 5, best practices. Design a plan of action that works for you. Guys, not everybody's business plan is set for everybody. Do what you feel. Put a dollar amount to it. Put a number amount to it. How many transactions you want to close. Review your previous years. That's coming up. And I think we have to go back and see what we do. How many people are willing to go back to 2023 and look at what you did and what you made and how you made it work? Because guys, if you're not willing to go back and see what worked and what didn't, what are we doing? Right? I know this at Realty One Group, they track everything every day. They know what's going on here every single day. I mean, they probably know how many orange sodas are taken versus diet sodas. I can almost guarantee you they have that. Review your previous goals and set new goals. Review your previous business goal and analyze the previous year's business, including all components of your source of business, to average days on market and listing sales ratio. Estimate the number of transactions, listings, and sales needed to reach your goals. Consistent prospect. Establish a minimum number of prospect contacts. If you're new, 90% of your time should be spent finding new business. Take a class. Engage in the business. Guys, I see that we have this happening right now. By the way, a lot of stuff I talk about isn't just a Realty One thing. Is we'll have agents that do a deal 6 months ago, and then they get another deal, they fall into it somehow, and they wing it from there on. They have no idea. I mean, guys, I've had literally people text me and say, I've got a listing, now what? Wait a minute, you've been an agent for 2 years. What do you mean, now what? Well, I haven't done one for 6 months. Well, what did you do in between the 6 months? Well, I went on vacation, and I did some crafts. I fixed the landscaping. Did you spend any time going to school, educating yourself about business? Did you spend any time at the MLS? If you go down to the MLS, they have classes I think it's Thursdays and Fridays, that you can go down there with your laptop, and they show you how to engage in the MLS better, how to use it better, right? Free. Well, you're paying for them, but you can go down there. But guys, I see it all the time, and I think to myself, I had one the other day, Jeff, what do I do to change the price on a listing? What do you mean? Well, is there a form or something? Yeah, there's a form. Create a monthly marketing plan, budget, and schedule. Calculate the cost of a specific marketing touches you select. You guys, we got to put money back into our own business. Real estate agents are the only business I know that they don't put another dime back in their own business. I don't get it. You've got to send out flyers. When you guys sell a home, whether you're the buyer or the seller side, you need to let the world know. You need to advertise in that neighborhood, I just sold this home. I was the listing agent. I was the buyer's agent. Whatever it is, you need to let everybody know, right? Well, Jeff, sending out flyers doesn't work. I sent out 3 the other week. I didn't get anything. All right, send out 500 every month for the next year. Measure and track your results. We used to, when I was doing real estate, I have my assistant, by the way, we did send out 500 flyers every month for 5 years. Once a month, because when you send out flyers, guys, you're going to get a stack back, and you're going to, son of a bitch, people aren't even here. Go to your list and take them off. And that's what she would do every time we'd get them, because I'd be pissed when I'd send out 500, and I'd get 50 back, that they weren't there no longer there, it was this wrong, that was, and we'd take them off, and I just grit my teeth, and then we'd send them out again, right? And I always send them out when we just sold a home, we'd send out to the neighborhood and to my sphere of influence. Make sure you're doing that. Measure and track results, create a daily schedule. Categorize your daily tasks by the following. T-pin, total hours worked, productive, any time that you are face-to-face in a selling situation with a client, listing presentation, showing buyers' homes, or writing contracts. I, indirectly productive, Any activity that could result in a face-to-face situation where clients, all forms of prospecting, cold calling, open houses, door knocking, physical is expired, social media, video, talking to people daily about real estate, right? And then non-productive time, everything else, administrative tasks, paperwork, trainings, meetings. I don't think meetings are non-productive, by the way. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision is just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. Guys, I think that we gotta really make sure we're getting our minds square on what we're doing in this business. All right, this next page is the year in review. How much did you earn? By the way, all this is, guys, this is stuff you do at home. I don't expect you to share any of this. This is something between you and somebody else holding you accountable. Usually your spouse or significant other, right? So earnings, closed transactions, listing appointments, listings taken, listings sold, buyer's appointments, buyers taken, buyers sold. What was my goal? To keep breathing that year. Did I achieve my goal? Absolutely not. What did I do well in 2023? Right? You guys, to thyself be true. And that's why I say, you know, I told you guys this a long time ago. My daughter she'd come to me, my oldest daughter, and say, well, I got a test coming up. I know I'm not good at tests, and tests suck, and I'm not even fun. And I would literally take her, and I'd stand her in front of the mirror, and I'd sing that Michael Jackson song to her. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change my ways. I said, I'll tell you what. If you convince that person that you suck and you're not good at it, then I'll buy it with you. You can't stand in front of the mirror and say that I gave it my try when you know you didn't, right? That's why you got to get in front of the mirror and look at yourself and say, did I really try to do something this year? Because you know, we all know, right? And I used to do that with her all the time, and she hated it when I do that to her. Because I know you're not studying, you're not working hard, you're not trying, right? I mean, guys, it's simple. I don't take tests good. Well, why not? Well, I don't study. I don't engage in it, I don't do anything. Well, okay, that's weird. That's not where it's coming from. So where did my business come from? Same kind of potential thing. By the way, we used to have this on a, I'll have to see if I can find it. We used to have it on a computer, and you could put your numbers in it, it automatically calculated. I don't remember it was in one of our rev ups, but it was really cool because you could go on that site and you could punch your numbers in and it would auto-populate everything. You know, if you want to make this, and you're going to do this many listings, and it would say, here's what you need to do to reach your goal. But I think you can do it right. 2024 goals. There's your thing right there, you guys. What are we going to do? Income, average sales, number of transactions closed, geographical areas served. By the way, again, I've got this thing right here, you guys. If anybody wants a copy of that, it is really cool. You can take a look at it. Super cool. Fallout rate. Again, a lot of you, Jeannie's one of the great ones. She digs in like an Alabama tick, and Jeff's like, I'm out. Screw you people. I'm done with this nonsense. So, listen, I think that's a great attribute. Why is this goal important to you? What will it bring you? What will allow you to accomplish, right? You guys, money is not always somebody's goal. Right? I mean, there's a lot of people that go, well, Jeff, money's not my goal. Listen, money buys happiness and freedom, right? It gives you choices. If you make enough money, hey, give it, help people. Give it to your church, help the home, whatever floats your boat. Don't get scared of making money, because some people think making money is the wrong thing. No, it isn't. Making money is a great thing, because you can do a lot of things with it. Oh, I wish I had that stat in front of me. I was looking at today, Amazon. What the hell was the number? $15,000 a second. $57 million every hour they were making. $57 million an hour they were making. I'll have to see if I can find it somewhere. I was blown away. If you do not hit this goal, who will suffer, right? What will be sacrificed? Well, I'm not going to get that new car. We're not going to go to pool. We're not going on vacation. I think the dream board and putting your dreams to something. I'm going to take the family to Disneyland if I sell 10 homes this year. You know, talk to your family about that. And you guys hold me accountable. When you see daddy's in his office working, let me stay there. Don't come and keep bothering me. Right? Let me do my thing, because if I sell 10 homes, we're going to go to Disneyland this year. I mean, it's little things like that. You know, we don't have to make this big, gigantic thing, right? I want to buy a Bentley GT. I love it. It's a great idea, but that's also a $500,000 car. How about we go to Disneyland instead? Right? I mean, do whatever you want, whatever motivates you guys. but it's gotta be realistic, right? What drives you, what motivates you, how will your goals fill in 6 human needs? Certainty, stability, variety, significance, contribution, growth, connects. Sean. So the next one, you guys, are questions. I am on page 14. Again, these are questions you have to answer. 5 things I'll do to increase my revenue in 24. 5 things that keep me enhancing my existing business. You guys, there's a lot of you guys that are really doing great jobs and blowing it up, and I commend you on that. Especially in 2023, guys, it's been a tough year. There's no doubt about it. 5 things to generate referrals. I don't think we ask for referrals enough. I don't think when we do a deal for somebody, we don't ask them for a referral. And I know everybody in this room is scratching their head right now going, you know, I sold that guy a house, I bought him a house, and I never did say to him, who do you know I can help? That was one thing that I was amazing at. In the first 3-4 weeks of when I was working with somebody, I asked them for referrals almost every day. Who do you know that I could help? Who do you know that I could help? Right? If it went sideways at the end, I didn't ask. Right? Because believe it or not, you guys, there are people at the end of a transaction and everybody knows they hate you and you hope they get hit by a bus. Please step in front of a bus. Be on YouTube and get hit by a bus. I want to see it. Right? We've all had that. Trust me. 5 things to improve my quality of service. Number 1, answer the phone. Right? 5 people and how I will incorporate them into my success in my business. Your spouse is a significant other. Have them hold you accountable, right? I mean, you guys, the thing that we find a lot of times is that, you know, listen, real estate's a tough business. Everybody, the people on the outside think it's simple and easy, and it is not. It's a very difficult business to keep rolling. You've got to have that mindset, and you got to have people holding you accountable to it. So who are the 5 going to be? Each other. Right, we did a scripting and call thing yesterday. We had 4 people here. We had 10 sign up. 6 didn't show up. They were busy sleeping. And so the thing is, we got to get there. You got to get in here and start helping each other. Right? Start talking to each other about helping each other. Hold each other accountable. Have a competition. The first one, we're both going to put $50 in an account, and the first person that gets a listing is going to get the $100 bucks. $20, $5, coffee cart, whatever the hell it is. Right? Find something that motivates you. That's that one. Page 16. How can you get this? How can you get this? If I had, I like this. If I had, could you achieve your goal? If I had more money, more time, and assistant. If I had an assistant, could you achieve your goal? If I had more money or more time, could I? Yes. How can you get this? I think you guys, and I know Mike Ferry always said that you need to have I want to say at the time, Bruce, it was like, I think he said you have to do like 20 transactions a year before he thought you needed to get an assistant. I got an assistant in about 5 deals. I said, this is the shit I'm not going to do, and so I got an assistant right away. So that's the thing for me, you guys. And like I said, the thing for her, because I paid her a salary and she got a bonus on every deal I did, she held me accountable. I'd come into the office, I'm sitting by the coffee machine, having a cup of coffee, drinking, talking to the agent. She's like, what are you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing? Get your ass in there fucking making calls. Come on. We got a business we're running. She would hold me accountable. Have them do that, you guys. Don't have your spouse do that, because that will start a fight. F you, I'm not doing shit. What is your greatest strength? Think about that one. What is your greatest strength? Right? I mean, when you really think about it, I got you guys to think about what is your greatest strength? What is your greatest thing that you bring to the table? Right? My ability is to talk to people. I've had that ability all forever. I was terrible in school, but I could talk to teachers. What makes you unique? Right? What makes you unique? How are you using that in your business? I mean, I remember back in the day, I had one of the agents, she was foreign, and she spoke with broken English, and she would say to me, Jeff, I can't call people because they think I'm stupid because I speak broken English. Who told you that? Well, I've had a couple tell me that this is terrible. I go, that's the biggest load of crap I've ever heard. Do you know what's going on in the business? Yeah. Do you know what the market is? Yeah. Who cares? Right? We get caught up in our own mindset about shit like that, you guys. Videos that I do, I never go back and look at them. Okay, because if I did, I'd stop doing them. I'm like, oh my God, the guy talks sideways, he screams at people. I would never give him again, so I don't even look at him anymore. I just do them. Trust me, I have looked at him and went, oh my God, dude, stop. Record yourself talking to somebody. You're like, oh man. How are you using that in your business, and what do you need the most help with? Right? Understand the market. Right? Understand the contracts. What do you need help with? Knowing what to say. Right, guys, we have scripts for all this stuff. Page 17. What resources do you have for this? People and things, right? You guys, I mean, LVR has so much material that you can get to your clients that you just got to go in there and play around on LVR site. They have so much information. Google stuff. Last night I Googled how many real estate agents plan set goals, and they said less than 10%. And then on that, all this stuff came up. I mean, guys, I can't even remember. One, do better looking agents make more money than ugly people? Yes, that's what they said. Guys, I said that. I was like, holy shit. Right? I didn't think so, but it did. So that was one of them. One of them was, where's the best place to do real estate? It was Texas, went down all the way. Arizona was like one of the last ones to do real estate and to make the most money. I mean, guys, Google is an amazing thing. I said, all I did is how many agents, and all of this stuff came up. I was blown away. What 3 skills do you want to focus on for adding or improving in 2024? Doing open houses, knowing the numbers, making better phone calls, having my scripts in line, knowing what to say. The biggest thing most agents will not do in real estate, they don't want to talk to anybody because they don't know what to say. You guys, you have the numbers wherever they're at. That's what you need to say, right? When somebody says to you, what's going on in the market? Well, let me ask you, are you a buyer, seller, or an investor? And then you start talking about whatever they mentioned, right? We know the numbers, we just went through them. What would I focus or improve on adding? Understand the contracts better. Knowing what's going on in the marketplace. Guys, I promise you this. 16,200 real estate agents right now. I guarantee you, less than 3,000 agents know what's going on in the business. I guarantee it. I teach post licensing. As a matter of fact, I'm teaching post this Thursday. And I asked them about the real estate market and what's going on, how many homes are on the market. And you can't believe all the stuff I hear. I had about 100 people last time. And it was all over the place. How many homes are on the market? 2007, 13, 8. Is a buyer's market seller? It's a buyer's market. And I went through the numbers and said, how do you know that? I don't know. It feels like, he said, are you sure it's not gas? How do you know it's a buyer's market? Well, it feels like it. You're telling somebody this is a buyer's market and they're a seller? Know what's going on in the marketplace, you guys. So I'll say that. Say, okay, great. Y'all threw out a bunch of numbers. How many homes did you sell in the last 7 days? Crickets. Right? How many homes from 100,000 to 400,000 on the market? Crickets. What's the vacancy rate right now? Crickets. Because they don't know it. Those numbers that we're giving you guys, that's freaking gold. That is freaking gold. You should be door knocking with that right there. Do you know what's going on in the market? What resources will you use to get these? Podcasts, videos, books, seminars, mentors. I am really surprised, you guys, that we don't have more agents in this office doing videos. KJ is the guy's blowing it up, and as a matter of fact, he's getting paid by YouTube, and it's not a fortune. Otherwise, he wouldn't be sitting here right now, right? But my point is, you guys, do a video. Do a video every freaking week of what's going on in the market. And the thing that I want to make sure you guys are doing at the very end of the video, please point your finger at the camera. Don't do that one. Point it at him and say, if you want to know what's going on in the market, ask me because I know what's going on. Stand up and be accounted for. Podcasts, videos, books, seminars, mentors. Guys, there's so many resources in here. Anybody remember Frank Napoli, Sr.? Frank Napoli, I used to sit at Prudential, and I had a cubicle, and he would walk by my cubicle every day. And I'd, hey, Frank, hi, how are you doing? And one day I stopped him. I said, hey, Frank, do you have a minute? He's like, yeah, dude, come back to my office. Went back to his office. I said, how do you do it? What do you got? And dude, he sat with me for probably an hour and a half and just had a conversation about what he did and how he got into real estate and what he was doing. I was blown away that a guy, that this high producer would be willing to sit down and talk to me. All of the agents that are in all of our offices, you guys are that way. But we don't reach out to them and sit down with them and just say, how'd you get started? What is going on in the business? I think a lot of times we're afraid to ask. Like, for fear they're gonna say, get the hell out of here. Now, there are some people that would tell you, get the hell out of here, right? But I think it's very, very rare. I was blown away when I sat with him, and he was a super nice guy. What do you need the most help with? What do you need the most help with? I think the biggest one for all of us, you guys, is mindset. I think the mindset is one of the most important things that we have to have. Okay? And then what are your weekly fundamentals, your main weekly realistic goals, personal, professional? Put that in there. Let's see here. Focus on success. Write down your goals for each quarter. I'm on page 19. Quarter goals test. Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. I still believe you guys seriously. I think the third quarter of the year is going to be spectacular. I think it's going to blow up. A mission statement. I'm on page 21. Daily rocks. People are more inclined to embrace and own a rock than a goal. That are less intimidating. List your rocks that you must accomplish to meet your fundamental goals. Skill set on focus. Health habits. Poor health habits. Give the give up list. What are you going to give up? I think number 20 is great. Guys, health is one of the most important things. You don't say it. We don't realize it until you don't have it. And believe me, I spent a lot of time in and out of hospitals in the last year, and it sucks. Then a little bit about us, and then our core values. Questions? Anything? Let's see if we finish up. This coming January 17th and 18th, we are doing CE classes right here in this room. We'll be also on Zoom. They're $20 a class, but if you use this ROG code, you get on their site, you can do them for $10. I'm going to probably take all these because I need them for mine as well. Mine's at the end of November next year, or I'm sorry, this year. So, and I probably have right now, probably got 18 hours right now of CE classes. And I'll do these, and I should probably finish mine up, and I'll still be taking more. But we're also doing the 17th and 18th, and then the 25th and the 26th. Again, all you do is get on right there at CEBYMatthews.com, put in that promotional code, each one's $10. Always remember, you guys, you can go to keyrealestateschool.com/ROGCE and do them all for $1. However, half of them have to be live, and the other half you can do on Zoom. So if you need the live ones, and again, these are all the core ones, these aren't going to be your general, please.
I heard that they changed that. If Zoom is live now.
I don't know that. When I talked to them, they said it.
I just renewed, he's correct, if you use Zoom,
Okay.
where they can actually see, you put your license in the chat.
Right.
That's considered live.
Okay.
The online courses where you're not live with somebody that are not.
Okay, good to know. I've done the Zoom ones as well. I did, my post classes are all on Zoom. And it's funny, you guys, you see people, and you tell them, you can't be riding a bike, you can't be working out, you can't be swimming in a pool, you can't be doing your fingernails. I mean, you guys, it'd be amazed. You see people, and I tell them, I said, listen, by the way, I'm not the one kicking you out. The division's monitoring it, and they're going to go through the hours, and they're going to say that person was, one guy painted his eyeballs with eyes so he could have them closed. Right? It's like, so he could be sleeping. Right? Look like he was awake the whole time. So, people are creative.
Isn't there additionally an ethics class that we all have to
We all have to have an ethics class, yes. Yeah.
like one specific class?
Yeah, I think it's a couple. Yeah, quadrennial, there it is. Yeah, we all have to do that one. And if you're a broker salesman, you have to have a couple more hours. So guys, we're just trying to bring a little more to the office like this. We're also going to try to do another CE class, and it's a really cool one this guy has, and I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's really outside the box one. I think it's like an AI class, something like that, but it's general CE you're going to get. We're going to try to do it at Carnegie Heights, which is that place that we took everybody to. They have a cafeteria and kitchen at the bottom, and they're going to make food for us, and then we're going to do the CE class. Probably thinking sometime in like March, but I'll certainly let everybody know as it gets closer. Do you have something, Gene? Okay. So these are, again, guys, it's just, I personally, Jeff, I get more value of being in a class live. That's just me. But again, if you want to do one Zoom, but remember, these $10 instead of 20, keyrealestateschool.com/ROGCE. You can do them all for $1. Reminder, there's no business meeting next week. And I think that's it, you guys. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you coming. We stayed a little long. Thank you, guys. I'm super, super happy to see as many in here. You guys, great job. I really appreciate that. Have an amazing day. Let's sell some real estate. Yes.